Coming up next, a matchup for the UFC Featherweight Division title.
You ready? Okay, you ready?
All right, so here we go with round one. Seems to be a situation in which he wants to do everything in his power to keep this fight on the feet. He'd appear to have a lot of advantages at distance. We'll see if he can get it done tonight.
Yes, he has all the advantages because we don't see many specialists anymore in the UFC. Guys can generally do everything, but this guy is a jiu-jitsu player. He wants to get the fight to the ground and start to weave his weapon.
Oh, late defense on the takedown and scrambles to his feet. Nicely done.
Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Try to establish that jab. Takedown defense holds up. And they separate. Effective punch there by Holloway. And he landed the right hand there. Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue.
When you're in a clinch, you go to the body. That's an investment. You keep on putting that money away with every single body shot.
Well, he's always on the counterattack, but a nice leg kick there by Max Blessed Holloway. Slips the punch. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here. And a nice job at least staying upright on that. Now he gets a more dominant position with the underhook.
He is going to start to drive knees over and over. You got to be careful here. You got to move.
Oh, collar tie.
Big powerful punch lands. Now he gets back in range.
So just over 20 total strikes have landed for Max Holloway. Good series of strikes for him there, staying busy and staying accurate.
I mean, the accuracy is unbelievable. Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
Strong defense there to block the shot. Nice instincts. All right, so another swing and a miss, and I'd imagine if your gas tank is this low, you gotta find times to try to preserve that energy and get yourself back to a place where you can actually dole out some damage.
Yeah,
and potentially a critical takedown here. All right, so you gotta be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, working inside the closed guard now. Oh, he's got the ground and pound going now. Staying busy from bottom position here. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one up?
5 minutes in the books. All right, so a lot of highlights over those previous 5 minutes. DC, take us through the replay, if you will.
A lot of good action, but punching led the dance. Punching was the thing that stood out to me. That allowed him to take control of the round.
He's going exactly like we planned. He cannot handle the striking. Listen, you're gonna land that low in this round.
All right, DC, here we go with our next round, and we'll see if he can pick up where he left off. High volume of strikes landed in the previous round.
High volume of strikes landed. He was able to be accurate, but also very, very active in his approach to the start of this fight. Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Right hook to the head blocked. That is how you scramble, folks.
Nice strike. Oh, nice.
Both fighters here continuing to try to get a more dominant position in the clinch, get fatigued in the process, I would think.
It's very taxing to be chest to chest, a position we call 50-50 because nobody has the advantage. Who's going to be the one to find that one little area that they can expose to give them the slightest advantage? Oh, the difference in the striking is crazy.
just misses with the left hook. All right, single collar tie now. Timing these shots pretty well here early, DC.
He's doing a great job of mixing things up, keeping busy, being very active.
Out of range with that. Now his opponent's really on the ropes.
His opponent's on beat streets. He's hurt so bad. I don't know what he's going to do to stay in this fight.
Pretty significant belt to the left side. Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round 2. Trying to establish that jab once again. Beautiful straight counter.
Nice losing punch.
All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie. That's a perfect scramble right there. Beautiful transition.
As he gets close and he's out of the kicking range, he'll change his stance.
Continues to eat power shots here. Spinning back fist. Single collar tie now. Holloway's shot is blocked. And both guys really throwing with authority. Well, as usual, Max Holloway punches and bunches, putting it all here together. I'm just not sure how much more volume his opponent can take. Quick entry to get it on a single.
That was a great single. Oh. He flips him over the top. What a huge takedown.
I mean, do I survive that, or am I read my last round?
Absolutely not. You don't survive that. It's over. It's over, John.
Fighter trying to pass here, ooh, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job. Great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do.
And that's the end of round number 2. All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
All right, here we go, DC. Our next round is underway, and he's chasing some punch stat records tonight. That was some serious volume and efficiency in the previous round.
Normally, you see that in boxing, where a guy just throws so many strikes. But this man has taken it to the octagon, looking to break all the punch records before the night is over. Nice punch lands over the top. Camel inches right there, boy. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Useful strike there. The ground and pound on point tonight.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here. And he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
Back to the stand-up now. Both fighters upright. All right, well, he's landed some good shots tonight, but there's no three-piece, there's no soda. More often than not, it's one and done.
He's not even getting a combination. I mean, if you're going to sit there at the drive-thru, order a combination, take the soda with you.
As effective as straight punches we've seen all night.
Huge straight punch lands, and he's got him hurt very bad.
Trying to stay in this fight. Holloway's uppercut is blocked. Looked like for a minute he had a window there. It closed quickly.
Nice straight punch.
Back and forth we go here. Oh!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh! Well, he is really starting to apply a lot of pressure here down the stretch. Not as much offense earlier in the fight. He is making up for lost time now. Oh! Wow! That is it.
He's done. He's done. Oh, my goodness. What a fight.
A again, the winner here was so aggressive with his onslaught that ultimately appeared as though the outcome was an eventuality. So if you're the referee, you got to protect the fighter, and I thought he did a good job of doing just that. He couldn't have drawn it up much better than he executed here tonight. The UFC featherweight champion, your winner tonight by TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Ilia has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 36 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by TKO and